Hello, it's been a while. I got slightly distracted making this video. How distracted? Well,
but it's gonna take more than that to impress me.
this video was originally about two different edit reception, but change of plan, so I'll showcase these pages first.
Text-to-speech engage. First of the positive page. Scabs. Each time the librarian sustains damage greater than 5% of their max HP, lose 5% of max HP and gain 5% damage reduction. Max 30%. Blood. Defensive dice gain 1 power and inflict 1 to 2 bleed on Clash Wind. Urging. Exactly the same. Positive page give minor defense bonus but have no downside. Pulsation. Neutral. At the start of the scene deal 5 to 8 damage to the character with the least HP beside this librarian. Gain 1 strength and recover HP by the amount of damage dealt by this effect. This page is considered neutral because it can damage and kill any character with its effect. Even your allies. Negative page. Lies. Reduce the cost of 3 cost or lower page by 1. All pages of an allies gain +1 cost. This page requires an ally to activate. Really complicated page. Fascination. At the end of the scene, kill an ally with HP lower than 20%. Max of 4. Gain extra effect for every allies that die this reception. 1. Gain 15% max HP and stagger resist. 2. Gain 1 max light. 3. Recover 1 light and draw 1 extra page each scene. 4. Gain 1 speed dice. Negative page will harm your allies but give very nice bonus in exchange. Tier 2 positive page. Learned. On Clash lose, place 1, learned, on target. Target with, learned, deal 3% less damage and stagger damage and lose 1 power every 5 stack. Max of 10. The status effect does not disappear and will stay till the end of the act. Persevering beats. Gain 2 to 3 haste at the start of the scene. Once per act if receive a fatal attack, recover 40% HP and stagger resistance, but gain 1 to 2 strength every scene instead of haste. This give you an extra life, and once per act so it recharge between fight. Frozen Fortress. Max amount of damage taken per attack is set at 15. When hit inflict 1 to 2 bind to attacker. Very useful when you get staggered, taking only 15 damage from fatal attack. Positive tier 2 page give a defensive oriented buff. The benefit they give you only work if you are losing. Negative and neutral tier 2 page are Pale Hands. When hit by an attack, inflict attacker with Pale Hands. Pale Hands. On hit, if target is the selected librarians, increase Pale Hand by 1. At 3 stack, take 1 to 5 stagger damage and purge a stack of strength, endurance, protection, stagger protection, haste. Attacking a different target remove Pale Hands. Pale Hands is neutral since despite being a negative page, it have no major downside beside requiring to take hits, which will not be the case for the next 2 page. Arctic Wind. Inflict all other characters with 1 to 3 binds. Character with 1 speed take 1 to 5 stagger damage and 30% chance to inflict 1 paralysis. Arctic Wind effect target all character, except for the character with the page. Frigid Frost. Characters with binds is inflicted with equal amount of fragile at the start of the scene. On hit, inflict 1 to 3 binds. Once per target. Deal +2, 5 stagger damage against targets with fragile. Frigid Frost also affects allies but especially when combined with Arctic Wind. Tier 3, time for some shenanigans. Let's start with the positive page. Unstoppable. Selected librarian can act while stagger and is immune to immobilize. Recover 20% of max HP on kill, max of 25. Offensive dice gain power equal to 1/4 of target defensive dice. Ignore block dice damage reduction. A mix of defensive and offensive, no downside, good for most situations, especially if you're planning to have a team. And it gives you great sustain, as you can see in the background. Dark Chasm. Negative. On select, purge all negative status and gain 50% max stagger resist. HP cannot fall below 1 unless staggered. When inflicted with a status ailments, inflict the same amount to all other characters. Dark Chasm is a very powerful page in the right situation. You are practically immune to death by status ailment, or just dying in general as long as you have stagger resistance. This page can easily turn an impossible fight into a manageable one. A special quirk of this page is, since you fully recover stagger resistance when an act ends. That means you fully heal after every fight, so unless you are staggered, any damage you sustained is meaningless. Horrid Melody. Negative. Page clashing with selected librarian are unaffected by power gain or loss. All other characters gain one of the following every scene. 1 to 2 strength, 1 to 2 endurance, 1 feeble, or 1 disarm. This page seemed quite simple. A one-sided power null and everyone else gains small buff or debuff. It doesn't sound that bad. But this Abno page can be upgraded if you use an ego page. True Melody. 0 cost. On combat start, purge all negative status ailments, and manifest. For 3 scene. Page use by and clash with selected librarian is unaffected by power gain or lost. All other characters gain one of the following. 1 to 2 strength and endurance, 1 to 2 feeble and disarm, 5 damage up and 5 fragile, 3 protection and stagger protection, 50% chance for all resistance to become endured or weak, become uncontrollable and target random character. So what does this look like in practice?